All right, let's say we're going for the meal deal and it offers the meal deal is two hamburgers plus one drink. So if I order four of these meal deals, how much food am I going to be able to eat? I should be pretty well fed, I guess. Well, let's see. It has two hamburgers. I'm going to use an H to represent hamburgers plus one drink. We'll use D to represent a drink. Now, we're getting four of that meal deal. So I'm taking that whole thing and I'm going to multiply by four. I'm going to get four of each of those items. So what we do here is this is an example of distributing the four through. So we're going to distribute the four through to each piece. 4 times 2 hamburgers means we'll have 8 hamburgers plus one drink. Well, if you get 4 orders of that, that's 4 drinks. So we're distributing through. So let's look at that. Let's say we have 4 times 2n minus 3. We're going to distribute the 4 through. 4 times 2n is 8n. And the 4 gets multiplied through to the negative 3 or the minus 3, which gives us subtract 12. And that's simplified all the way once we distribute the 4 through. Well, let's say we have this. I have 3 times that whole thing, that whole x plus 2. It's like our meal deal. So I'm going to distribute the 3 through to each of the pieces. 3 times the x is 3x. Close that out. 3 times the 2 is 6. Then I have a 4x here and a 3 here. Now, I need to put like terms together. I have a 3x, and just like it is 4x. So 3x and 4x gives us, when I'm adding them, that's 7x's I have. And then we have the number 6 and the number 3. 6 plus 3 is plus 9. So that whole big expression here, that whole big thing simplifies to 7x plus 9. Now I have 3 times this whole thing, x minus 4 plus 2 times that whole x plus 10, that whole quantity there. So when we see the number outside of the parentheses, we're like, hey, we have 3 of everything in there. So we're going to distribute the 3 through here. Here of the x plus 10, that's the meal deal. We're distributing the 2 through because we have 2 of everything that's inside those parentheses. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times that subtracting 4 is subtracting 12. 2 distributed through is 2x, and 2 times the 10 is 20. Now I must put like terms together. You have 3x right here plus 2x right there. That's 5 x's. Now we have to be careful on this next piece. You see 12. A lot of kids say, oh, 12 plus 20, we got 32. No, in this case, notice the sign out in front of that 12 is negative. You lost 12, but then you gained 20 of it back. So imagine that you lost 12 pounds, but then you gained 20 back. You gained more than you lost. What if you're in Vegas gambling and you lost $12 on one hand, but then won 20 on the next? The end result is that you are ahead by 8. You gained 8. So this final answer here for number 3, that whole big thing simplified, is 5x plus 8. Exactly the same. If x happened to be 10 and you plug 10 up top, you'd get the same thing as 5 times 10, which is 50, plus 8. I guarantee you if you plug 10 up top and calculate it, you're going to get 58. It's much easier, though, to deal with 5x plus 8 than it is to plug it in way up top. That's why we like to simplify these expressions. Here we have a whole bunch of things. 2 distributed through the parentheses, the 4 being distributed through, and then you just have plus 6 more x's plus 1. So let's look at this. I get 2x. 2 times that subtracting 1 is subtracting 2. Now we have to be careful here because what we have is we have a negative 4 being distributed through. Now negative 4 times an x is minus 4x. But look at this. What is this negative 4 times this negative 3? If you remember, a negative times a negative gives you a positive. That's going to give us a positive 12. And then we have left over here at the end, plus 6x's plus 1. So putting everything together, simplifying it, 2x's, take away 4x's, gain 6x's. So you lost 4, but you gained 2 and you gained 6. Well, we'll just start here. 2 take away 4 is negative 2. If it's 2 degrees outside and it drops 4 degrees, it's now negative 2. Negative 2 plus 6, it now goes up 6. That leaves us at 4x. As far as our numbers, this, please pay attention to what's in front. In front of that 2 is negative. That's a negative 2 plus 12 plus 1 more. So you lose 2, you gain 12 of it back. You're 10 ahead. Plus 1 more is plus 11. That whole big thing in number 4, all of this simplifies to that. Much cleaner and prettier. So this is using the distributive property and then simplifying the expression that we have.